UNLV yogis. Welcome to your on-demand yoga. It's Kat. Nice to see y'all again. Tonight we're going to do a flow that I call long, slow, deep. So it's not quite a yin. We're going to be doing mostly stretching and holding for a little bit longer than usual, but also flowing at the same time. It's just going to be a very slow flow. So hope you like it. Let's get started. So we're going to get started in a seated forward fold. Legs out in front of you, feet are together. You have a nice straight spine. Your belly is pulled in. Your arms are going to go overhead and your gaze is going to follow your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, and you grab wherever you can. Maybe it's the thighs tonight, maybe it's the calves, maybe it's the ankles, or maybe it's the feet. But just grab wherever you can and then pull your chest straight ahead as you pull your tailbone back. We want to get a nice deep stretch in the back of the legs and the hamstrings. So let's hold for 5. Breathe. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. And 5. Take a big inhale. And exhale. You can bring your head down, nose to your knee. Just relax here and take a couple of breaths. Hello, Lulu. You need to get out of the way. Lulu's always helping in yoga. So before we get to our flow, I want you to just notice where your hands were able to be in that seated forward fold, because we're going to take a couple of stretches and then come back to that seated forward fold, and hopefully you'll feel like you have a little bit more space to stretch more. So now turn around, coming into your tabletop position. Wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. You're cupping the mat with your fingertips. Knees are directly underneath your hips. You have a nice flat back. Let's take some cats and cows. Inhale, cow, belly falls, chest straight ahead, tailbone up, inhale. Exhale, cat, round the back, tuck the tailbone, push into the hands. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Do you know we're doing cat pose, Lulu? That's why you want to be in the TV show. Take a couple more on your own time, and then come to a flat back. We're going to take that right foot and bring it forward outside the right hand, and we're going to scooch that left leg back. It's not going to be quite straight, but it's not going to be sort of in your tabletop position either. Your foot right now is parallel to the side of your mat. Excuse me, Lulu, I'm going to move it in a little bit. And we're going to come into a low crescent, sometimes called runner's lunge in this pose. So you have 2 options here. One is to just cross your hands directly behind your right knee and get sort of low in the pelvis. The more advanced version is to swing the arms up and look up, bringing that pelvis forward, making sure that knee is right above the ankle. It hasn't fallen in or fallen out. And get a nice stretch. 5 breaths here. Inhale, reach, exhale. Inhale, reach, exhale. Inhale, reach, exhale. Now for these next 2 breaths, we're going to come into a twist. Right hand behind you, left hand in front, palms facing away from you, and your gaze is towards your back right hand, shoulder blades pulling together. 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. back to wherever you were in that low crescent, and then hands come to the mat. Now we're going to straighten that front right leg and walk our hands back for a half split position. Nice hard flex in the right foot. Tailbone is pulling back as if somebody has a string attached to it. And you can come as far back as you like. The main issue here is to get, again, a stretch in the back of the leg. And let's take 5 breaths here in this half split. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Seeing if you can go deeper as you exhale. 4th breath. Big, juicy breaths. And 5. And on your exhale, walking forward and coming back to your lizard pose. Now that right leg steps back. You come back briefly to your tabletop position. If you need to take any interval movements here, feel free to do so before we move to the other side. Now the left foot steps ahead, right outside the left hand. It's parallel to the side of your mat. And your right knee scooches back till you feel that stretch in the right quad. Maybe you feel a little bit of pull in the inner thigh. You can keep your hands here just like on the other side, or you can come up to your crescent lunge. Maybe even taking a baby back bend, but gaze goes up towards your hands. 5 breaths. Inhale. Reach. Reach. 3. 4. I forgot the twist, and we're going to twist for 2 breaths. This time left arm comes behind you, right arm in front of you, palms facing away from your body, shoulder blades pulling together, arms are strong. Gaze goes back to that left hand. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to your low crescent, and hands come to the mat. Coming into that half split on the left side. Nice hard flex in the left foot, tailbone back as if somebody is pulling on it with a string. Hands can be anywhere that's comfortable for you so that you feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Once you get where you're going, 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now the purpose of these long holds is for you to try to go a little deeper, maybe pull the tailbone back on your exhales. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to a bent left knee. Walk the hands forward. And then we're going to flop down on our butts and come back to that seated forward fold position. Both legs straight out in front of you. You can rock side to side to get some of the sort of junk out of your trunk. Feet are flexed, belly is nice and tight. Inhale, hands go up. Exhale, reach. And just see, maybe you get, even if it's just a millimeter, a centimeter farther into your stretch. That's what we're looking for here. Take 5 breaths, pull that tailbone back as the chest pulls forward. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Inhale and exhale, nose to knee. Make it restorative, make it feel good. And take as many breaths here as you need. And when you're ready, cat has evicted me from my yoga mat. We are going to come to our baby cobra or our sphinx pose. You are getting a bird's eye view of who rules the roost in this house. 100% the cat. You will notice that I'm not moving her off my yoga mat because I am a slave to my cat. Anyway, here we are in our sphinx. Our elbows are directly underneath our shoulders. Our forearms are on the ground. Our fingers are spread. We're pretty comfortable. Our legs are sort of together, but our feet don't need to be touching. There may be hips width distance apart. And then we're going to push into the pelvis, pull the shoulders back, gaze is straight ahead, and keep pushing into that pelvis. 5 breaths here. Inhale, exhale, yes. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And now on these next 2, look to the right, little neck stretch. Exhale, roll it around. Look to the left. Exhale, roll it around. And then back to center. Now we're going to take a kind of intense shoulder stretch here. So if this doesn't work for you, you can just do one arm at a time. So we've done a version of this in other positions, but I don't know that we've ever done it in Sphinx or Baby Cobra. So what you're going to do is you're going to thread your right hand underneath your left forearm, and you're going to come down to your chest. And then you're going to bring your left arm over to the right side so that you're making an X with your arms, and your chin kind of can rest on the top of your left shoulder or tricep. So you're down, you're not really up in your cobra anymore, you're down with your chest on the mat, and your arms are reaching out in opposite directions, and your chin is resting on your hands. So the idea here is the opposition between the 2 hands. Once again, if this is too much for you, you could always just take one arm and do it that way and just have the other arm straight out in front of you. We're going to do it twice because we have to reverse which arm is on top. So you're good here if you only do the one arm. If you have both arms though, try to relax the rest of your body and really put some weight into relaxing those arms and shoulders. And we'll take 4 more breaths here since I've been yapping for a while. Inhale, exhale, let go of the toes. Inhale, exhale, let go of the glutes. Inhale, exhale, 1 more. Inhale, exhale. Unfurl the arms. Come up briefly to a kneeling position and just shake your arms out before we go and do the other side. And coming into your baby cobra or your sphinx pose. Once again, elbows underneath your shoulders, your forearms are on the ground. This time you're going to put the opposite arm underneath. So for me, that's the left arm goes underneath the right forearm, and the right arm goes over the top until I've made a very tight X with my arms. And my chin can rest on my right tricep or bicep. I'm relaxing my legs, my toes. The more tension you hold below the waist in this pose, the less stretch you'll get in the shoulders. So we're really focusing on the shoulders here. So get where you're going, and just like I said before, if you need to, you can just bring your right arm out and stretch out with your left arm. That's fine. But if you can manage to even make a little bit of an X, that's really great. And let's do 4 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. One last one. Inhale big. Exhale it all out. Uncross those arms. Come up to kneeling. Shake them out. Rub them if you need to. Get a little blood flowing back into those arms. I'm going to switch orientation so that you can see the top of my body. Lulu is already in Shavasana. Good for you. All right, come back into your Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath your shoulders, fingers are splayed, forearms are on the ground. And we're just going to do some warm up for the quads. So kick, kick, like as if you're trying to kick your butt cheek with your heel. Kick, 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 kick. Remember to pull the shoulder blades back and push the pelvis into the ground. Kick, kick. Make as many here as you need. And then we're going to move into pigeon pose with a little bit of an intense quad stretch. So from your tabletop, bring that right foot outside the right hand and then toe heel it across the mat until the right foot is on the left side of the mat. Bring the whole leg down. Right knee is down on the right side of the mat. Left foot, toenails down on the left side of the mat. Let me see if yes, I do have space back there. Okay. So we're going to start here in our upright pigeon and bringing our right hand directly in front of our right shin, kind of in the middle of the mat. We are going to bend that left leg and reach back for the left foot with the left hand. Now, if you can't reach it, that's fine. Just stay in your upright pigeon and do that kick, kick. And that will help you start to loosen up your quads so that you can finally, someday, you'll be able to take the bind. So, if you had to turn to reach your foot, try to orient your chest back to the center. Your gaze is straight ahead, your chest is straight ahead. Your tailbone is tucked as if your pelvis is trying to move straight ahead and your heel is going towards your butt cheek. This should feel like a pretty intense quad stretch. 4 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Try to use those exhales to get a little bit more space, even if it's a teeny tiny movement. 1 last inhale. Exhale, release that leg without letting it boomerang. And then we'll come into our supine half pigeon pose. So you can always stay up here on your hands if that's where you need to be. If this is a very intense pose for you, you can put a block under that right butt cheek or a rolled up towel under there. If you would like more in this pose, you can come down to your forearms. That's sort of position 2. And then if you are ready to take the full pose, arms come to Superman arms and forehead comes to the mat. Let's take 5 breaths in this pigeon, because pigeon gets more intense the more we hold it. Second inhale, exhale. Relax that left foot, that left leg. Relax that right butt cheek, as if somebody's gently pushing down on it. Reach those arms out a little farther. Let your jaw go. Try not to clench here. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then wherever you are, slowly come out of it. Curl those left toes under and come into downward facing dog, pedaling out the dog, getting movement into that right leg after that static-y stretch. And back to your knees for your quick interval in tabletop. Left leg comes forward outside the left hand. Toe heels across the mat, coming into half pigeon on the left side. Left knee is on the left side of the mat. Left toes are toenails down on the right side of the mat. Right leg scooches back as if somebody's gently tugging on it. And you're in your upright half pigeon. Left hand comes to the middle of the mat in front of your left shin. And you're going to reach back and grab your right leg with your right hand. Or you're going to do that kick. So whichever one you're going to do it now. If you had to turn, come back so that you're facing straight ahead. 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 4, and 1 more. See if you can get a little more space, and let it go without boomeranging, nice and gentle. And then coming into our half pigeon pose. Again, you may find that one side is much more flexible than the other, so maybe you didn't need a towel on the right side, but you do on the left, or vice versa. Listen to your body and do what it tells you to do. We don't want anything to ever hurt or be sort of so uncomfortable you're deeply unhappy in the pose. So wherever you're going, forearms, full supine pigeon, get there and relax as you breathe. Inhale. Exhale, relax that right leg. Inhale. Exhale, relax that left glute and that right glute. Inhale. Exhale, relax the torso. Inhale. Exhale, relax the jaw. Inhale. Reach out a little bit farther with the hands. If you're on your forearms, maybe move them forward a little bit. Exhale. And then slowly come out of it. Let yourself drop onto that left butt cheek. And then we'll do our butt massage. So knees are bent. We're on the sort of floppy part of our glutes. Our hands are behind us, and we're going to just windshield wiper side to side. The more weight you put in your butt and not in your shoulders or your hands, the more of a massage you will get. Alrighty. And now rolling onto your back and taking whatever interval here you would like. You can rock side to side, massaging out the lower back, You can take circles with your knees in any direction. They can both be going in the same direction. They can be going in different directions. And you're going to make like an infinity sign. Or you can rock forward and back. Any of those is fine. Or take a couple of each. See what feels good. And then for our inversion tonight, we're going to do ecstatic baby, because we didn't really do any straddling today. So let's raise the legs up nice and straight. You're making an L with your body. And then you're going to open up the legs into a full-on V straddle. So you can grab behind your hamstrings and pull gently your legs apart. You can grab your calves or your ankles, or if you have the flexibility, taking your peace sign fingers and grabbing the big toes and pulling the legs apart. You can sway side to side, or you can just stay still. 4 breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Bring your legs together, knees to chest, feet to the ground. Take whatever movement you need to take to feel good before your Shavasana. And you can take a traditional Shavasana tonight, always, your practice, or you can take Supta Baddha Konasana, opening up your legs, soles of the feet together, one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Close the eyes. Whatever Shavasana you're in, and traditional Shavasana, of course, is straight legs, taking up as much space as you want, not a full straddle, but in an orientation where your legs feel very relaxed, your feet flop open. Hands can be by your side, palms up or palms down, or they can have that same placement as in Supta Baddha Konasana, one on your heart, one on your belly. Wherever you are, find your resting pose. Close your eyes. And take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Letting it all go on the exhale. And now, closing your eyes gently. Don't scrunch them. And I want you to imagine your body lightness with you for this whole week. And know that you can redo this exercise whenever you want with your own version of the cleansing sand. As always, I'm deeply grateful that you allowed me to guide you in this practice. The light in me shines out to the light in each and every one of you. You are all pure light. Shine your light on the